Donald and Melania lived apart in Trump Tower and would go days without crossing paths. While absentee, Trump barely knows Barron and only mentions wife to boast about her looks. Book says the explosive new book about President Donald Trump has revealed claims about his perplexing marriage to Melania, including that the pair could go days without seeing other, even when they were both at Trump Tower at the same time. Excerpts from Michael Wolff's new book Fire and Fury claim that Trump and his wife spent very little time together, and that she often didn't know where he was prior to him becoming president. Donald Trump's marriage was perplexing to almost everybody around him, or it was, anyway, for those without private jets and many homes. Wolff writes, he and Melania spent relatively little time together. They could go days at a time without contact, even when they were both in Trump Tower. Often she did not know where he was, or take much notice of that fact. Her husband moved between residences as he would move between rooms. The book claims Melania also didn't know much about his business empire, and that she feigned interest in it. Trump, who has been married twice before, often referred to Melania as his trophy wife in front of other people. It further claims he had been absent for much of his 12-year-old son Barron's life. Melania was supposedly worried, according to the book, that her husband becoming president would destroy the sheltered life she had built for herself, which was mostly focused on raising Barron. Trump, who quickly dubbed the book false and fake, took to Twitter late Thursday to say he turned down access to the author of the controversial book. I authorized zero access to White House, actually turned him down many times, for author of phony book. I never spoke to him for book, Trump tweeted. Full of lies, misrepresentations and sources that don't exist. Look at this guy's past and watch what happens to him and Sloppy Steve. It comes after previously released excerpts had claimed Melania wept when Trump swept to presidential victory, ensuring she would take on the First Lady role. The book claimed the future FLOTUS was visibly upset on election night as things turned around for the Trump campaign. Melania was in tears, and not of joy. Wolff writes of the future FLOTUS's reaction on election night. The author also noted that it looked like Trump himself had seen a ghost following the results. According to Wolff, the idea was that Trump would win by losing. Once he lost, Trump would be both insanely famous and a martyr to crooked Hillary, the author wrote. And it wouldn't work out well just for Trump. His daughter Ivanka and her husband Jared Kushner would be international celebrities after the campaign. His campaign's chief executive Steve Bannon would become the de facto head of the Tea Party movement, and Kellyanne Conway, Trump's campaign manager, would go on to be a cable news star. Wolff wrote, Melania Trump, who had been assured by her husband that he wouldn't become president, could return to inconspicuously lunching, Wolff said. The book also says Melania seemed on the verge of tears during her husband's inauguration. Her White House spokeswoman, Stephanie Grisham, forcefully denied the claims earlier this week. The book is clearly going to be sold in the bargain fiction section, Grisham said. Mrs. Trump supported her husband's decision to run for president and, in fact, encouraged him to do so. She was confident he would win, and was very happy when he did. It is no secret Melania delayed moving to Washington in 2017 until son Barron was out of school for the summer. Since taking over the role of First Lady, she has participated sporadically in public engagements. The book also insinuates that the President and First Lady have separate bedrooms, being the first couple to do so since John and Jackie Kennedy. Trump, Wolff said, wanted a lock for his room, much to the chagrin of the Secret Service. One of Trump's personal lawyers demanded on Thursday that the book be shelved because of what he said were maliciously false claims against the president. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders told reporters on Thursday that the book is full of false and fake information and that Trump clearly believes that it shouldn't be published. One of the key sources for the book was former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon, who the president is now furious and disgusted by, according to Huckabee Sanders. The press secretary also suggested that Bannon would no longer be invited socially to the White House.